I grew up in Nicaragua. It's the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Growing up in a low-income family, it was #1 priority to get an education because we knew that that was the way to move forward. In my second year at Miami-Dade College, my girlfriend got pregnant unexpectedly. I was student body president, I was involved in school, I had all these things going on. And to make those choices of, do you drop out of school, do you continue school? How do I support this child? How do I make sure that he receives the things that I didn't receive? First of all, how do I pay for the bills that are coming when you have a child? I knew that there was some sort of assistance that I could receive. However, you don't know about all these things until someone explains them to you.
There are $750 billion that we put in our country every year into a variety of different safety net programs. The problem is all those resources and services come down through a very complex, bureaucratic, red tape sort of system that's very difficult for people to navigate. Government is not a system. It's lots of systems, and what we care about are the people. The idea of Single Stop was really figuring out how to leverage all the existing resources and services and bring them together to meet folks where they are. My family moved into East Harlem in the middle of the race riots when I was a baby. Many of the people I grew up with are long gone, either because of the AIDS crisis, the crack crisis, or gun violence, or domestic violence. I was the only one of my friends to finish high school. I was the only one to go to college. I don't know how much I felt like an outsider as much as how hard it is as a child to see inequality at that level and feel the injustice very personally and not be able to do anything about it. I taught, I ran schools, I started juvenile justice programs. I was always a little frustrated with just focusing on a classroom of 20 kids, knowing that there were, 20 million more out there. Single Stop is extremely unique in its ability to actually scale and offer a substantive solution for the issue of economic inequality. The typical community college student today is very different, I think, from the image that most folks have. What can I help you with? The majority travel to school. 50% of them are parents. 70% of them are working. They're facing some life or death issues, whether they can take care of their children, whether they can get access to medicine, whether they can actually put food on the table. Colleges haven't really shifted how they work, even though the population that they work with has changed dramatically.
Okay.
It's hard, I think, to imagine what could have happened to myself and to my family if Single Stop would have never connected me to the assistance that I needed. I was the first person in my family to graduate college. The only individuals that I can think of was my mother, my fiance, my grandma, and my son. My mother, she was teary, and it was a dream come true for her.
Deciding to stay in East Harlem was a very conscious decision for me. of continuing to invest in the same community I grew up in. We set up a lot of these systems 50 years ago in the war on poverty, and there was a significant statistical drop in poverty at that time. But the truth is we're not using what we have in the right way and in the most efficient way. We never solve anything in society by talking about how hard it is to do or that it's impossible. Do I think alone we can end poverty in America? Probably not. Do I think with what we're doing we could actually significantly reduce it? Yeah.